Body, this is Strider, Regional Director for the Guardian Angels here in Baltimore. And I wanted to touch base with you and let you know that I just attended my third protest march. I'm going to call these unity marches. And I'm going to call them unity marches because it's hard to say it's a protest thing when these marches are actually bringing together so many people of different races, religions, and cultures all together to make a point to say, hey, it's time for this injustice of the racists to stop, and we all need to come together to put this stuff to bed. You know, luckily for me, I've been able to talk to a lot of people who are coming out of these marches, and these are all people who are uncomfortable with the idea of talking about race, which we've known it's just the way it is. You know, as growing up as a black person, we're used to it. You know, we're used to the signs and the sixth sense inside of us that tells us that something's going on here. We're not welcome. You know, we're used to having people lock the doors in their cars when we walk down the street. We're used to people following us around in the grocery stores and the shopping malls. You know, I myself, even as a guardian angel, have been pulled over, not in angel colors, but you know, I take this stuff off, you know, and I walk down the street or pull into a hotel, and you guys have heard my stories about that, where I've been approached and pulled over and asked, where am I from and where do I belong? You know, and it's real, and it's real. But this is a historic time for us in 2020. Granted, we've had the pandemic, we've got a president, we have killer bees, and we've got so much stuff going on. You know, the scary thing for me is that we got another 6 months to go. What's next? But I do want to say that I think that this particular time is historic because we've never had this many people, white people, come out and say, hey, we need to get involved. We've never had all 50 states come out and say, hey, we've got to get involved. We have countries around the world that are all holding signs and doing rallies in protest of what's happening here in the United States when it comes to police brutality on people of color. And I want to make one thing clear. We're talking about bad police who have basically taken advantage of their position of power, and they've made it hell on black people, you know. And we have, during this historic time, you know, how many police officers have you seen come forward to take a knee? Or how many police officers put themselves in the moment and said, you know what, I'm coming outside my comfort zone. I'm going to walk with this group. I'm going to hug these people. I'm going to do what I got to do because that's what the job feels. But more importantly, for what the job entails, you know, these guys are coming out because, you know what, it's time. It's time. And in everything, in the Guardian Angels, the police department, politics, hell, even at gas stations, you got bad employees that make everybody else look worse. You know, and the same thing with the police department. It's the same thing. So we can't judge the entire organization based on the actions of few. And you say, well, Strider, you're talking about few. It's happening all over the world. Yeah, but this is happening all over the world. Granted, but we've had police officers, military people, National Guard, fire department, public officials all come down and take a knee in support of the Black Lives Matter movement to stop this unjust bullshit that's been going on forever. I'm going to say forever because it's basically been going on forever. And if you think about it, the NFL commissioner has come forward to say, we were wrong, you're right, we have a problem. We want to encourage our players to come forward and protect the lives of blacks and give equal stuff. And the NFL, what's that usually mean? You know, usually never felt liable. These guys are coming forward to say, okay, we got a problem. When that happens, you know it's time for change. So I want to thank everybody who came out of their comfort zone to march, to walk, to make a sign, or to just acknowledge the fact that, holy shit, something's got to be done. Something's got to be done. Okay, Hollywood's been shut down, movie theaters, people have lost businesses, friends have split up, families aren't talking anymore, all because of this situation and what we have in America. It's time. This is the United States of America. And you think about it, it's up to the people and the citizens of the United States to take the country back. We can't wait for anybody else to do it for us. So let's make this happen. Let's make this stuff go away. Let's keep up the peaceful protests. Okay, let's get rid of the looters and the guys that are running around tearing shit up, because all they're doing is they're taking their eyes off the mission. Guys, we take our eyes off the mission right now, and at this point in time, we may never get another time back. We may never have this opportunity again. So if you see somebody down the street and they're breaking shit up and they're looting and they're stealing, make the phone call your friendly neighborhood police department, get their asses off the street, and let's get back to the mission. Let's get back to the mission. Say it again. Let's get back to the mission. Crime, looting, violence, and don't belong. I don't belong. We're fighting for racial equality and justice, not just the black people now. Everybody.